Earlier this week, President Trump had rescinded the DACA program. Now, of course, the DACA program is a program enacted by President Obama about children who were brought to the United States by the parents to, from everywhere, Mexico, China, Russia, Syria. Basically, people who wanted to get out of any danger and come here to get the American dream. So what happens? President Trump says, we are going to end the program. Everyone is now livid, including President Obama. He's the one who enacted the program, and now Donald Trump has killed it. And everyone is feeling this outrage. There are protests outside the country, and inside, well, I should say outside on the streets, who are saying that President Trump is doing something incredibly stupid, which he is. And even President Obama has come out of height and just said, this is one of those programs that should be kept. Because, well, let's face it, a lot of the people in Washington have said that this program needs to stay, including over 60% of Republicans. And you know how that base is. So on the notice, former President Obama just came out on Facebook and said this: to target these young people is wrong because they have done nothing wrong. It is self-defeating because they want to start new businesses, staff our labs, serve our military, and otherwise contribute to the country we love, and it is cruel. And I agree with the president. This is cruel. Because because Donald Trump is punishing the children for what the parents did. What did the parents do? They got out of a country they could not live in. They wanted to see the safety of their children. And now guess what happens? That is not going to live out much longer. Of course, he has this 6-month delay into March, so anyone who has a U.S. citizen, would be safe. But we're talking about 800,000 children, or 800,000 members of the DACA program, or within the DACA program, and he wants to get rid of them all. They are now teachers. They're now full-time employees. They got their scholarships. They're even attending college. So, and they came in as young as 6 years old, and this is the only country they knew. They didn't know about their home country. They didn't know about how bad it was in there. But to President Trump's like, let's get rid of them. They're not part of this country. They need to leave. There are a few reasons I can see why the DACA program was rescinded by this guy. One, it's another one of President Obama's acts when he was president. About every one of Obama's acts, one of Obama's programs, one of his laws, every one of those so far, except for one, has been rescinded, repealed. Anyways, it's not part of the law anymore. It makes me want to ask: is there any law from President Obama that Donald Trump likes? Because right now, every one of those is gone. The only one that isn't gone is the Affordable Care Act, in which Congress has failed multiple times to replace, let alone repeal. Which I say, repeal, let alone replace. Whatever works. Two is that he wants to get back to friends with Breitbart after he fired Steve Bannon. Of course, that could go off as bad as well. Not to mention that the country could lose about a few $100 billion and make the debt ceiling, make the national debt rise rather than fall. And third, it's part of his character. In the past few weeks, we have seen Donald Trump go after everyone who is not white. Now, before I continue, let me backtrack a little bit and say that Donald Trump's come out, doubled down on ending the DACA program, and said, no. You see, I have a special heart for these dreamers. These people need. I love these dreamers, and I respect it. Which is it? If you respect the dreamers, the DACA program stays. If you don't, then you're killing it. If you're killing it, you're not supporting the dreamers. Which is it? The dreamers or the program? Now, President Trump has done a lot of things that have been labeled racist. He has supported the white nationalists after what happened in Charlottesville when one of them killed a counter-protester in an act of terror. And a lot of people have actually come on and said that. Two, during Hurricane Harvey, he has pardoned Sheriff Joe Arpaio, former Sheriff Joe Arpaio, during the impact of Hurricane Harvey. And now we have this going on with the DACA program ending. Where does this all make sense that says Donald Trump is president? Even Paul Ryan has said that the DACA program needs to stay. And President Trump's saying, like, no, we are not keeping it. Look, Washington, there is something called the 25th Amendment you can apply at this time. We don't need to wait for Bob Mueller's investigation on the Russia bit. We don't need to wait for psychological professors to give Trump a mental evaluation. We can enact the 25th Amendment right now. Donald Trump will not go down quietly. He will be kicking and screaming if he is impeached. And the reason is he is a petulant child. And Donald Trump supporters, yes, I know you guys are going to argue, are going to yell and bitch at me for this argument, but we have seen it. I don't care what you guys are saying right now. You Donald Trump supporters can blast out at me all you want. I can talk back to you, but you're not going to listen. If you're not going to listen, why even watch this video? We have seen it. We have also seen his numbers plummet now down to the lower 30s, if not the upper 20s. His approval rating is in the trash. A quarter of his supporters are still existing. This president needs to go. We have seen enough. There's no reason he should be in office anymore. We'd be better off with Mike Pence, although that's saying a little much. But we have seen what Donald Trump is, and we need to see him gone. If Donald Trump stays, this country is going to hell.